Millions of plastic bottles are thrown away every hour. Since plastic takes hundreds of years to degrade, every plastic bottle ever thrown away still exists in nature. Sooner or later, a lot of these bottles find their way to our oceans, rivers, and lakes. Beverage containers are actually one of the biggest contributors to marine litter. Luckily, there is a solution to this problem, and it's actually quite simple. It's called a deposit return system. More than 40 countries and regions already have them. Let's have a closer look at how a deposit system works by examining what we think is the best practice system, the centrally administered return-to-retail model. We will look at three things: how a 10-cent deposit follows a bottle or can, how the recyclable material moves around the system, and finally, how it is all financed. To make everything easy to follow, we use the journey of a plastic bottle. It would be the same story if we followed a can or any other recyclable beverage container. The story starts at the distributor. A bottle is filled up with a delicious beverage. This bottle is then sold to a store. The store pays the distributor the product price, plus a fully refundable deposit, let's say 10 cents. However, the distributor won't get to keep the 10 cents. He has to forward it to the system administrator, which is a non-for-profit organization composed of retail and industry stakeholders responsible for managing the deposit system. Now Linda comes into the store. Hi, Linda. For Linda, it's pretty straightforward. She buys the bottle, and a fully refundable 10-cent deposit is added onto the product price. Of course she knows this. The deposit amount is always displayed separately from the beverage price in the store. Linda finishes her drink and has to decide if the deposit cycle continues. Linda, a responsible citizen, takes the empty bottle back to the store. In principle, every store throughout the country would accept Linda's bottle, either through a reverse vending machine or manually over the counter. One way or the other, Linda gets her 10 cents back in full. Later, the system administrator arranges the pickup of a bottle from the store for counting, sorting, compacting, and sale. The initial 10-cent deposit paid by the store to the distributor and later forwarded to the system administrator is now passed on to the store. The zero-sum game of the deposit money flow is completed. In addition to paying back the 10 cents for the deposit, the system administrator pays out an extra handling fee for each container collected by the store, on average between 1 and 3 cents. See it as a compensation for the efforts of providing a convenient and easily accessible return location for Linda. The bottle arrives at the system administrator's counting and sorting center. Here it is sorted and baled together with thousands of other bottles of same color and quality. This bale is then sold to a plastic recycler who further processes the material. Labels and caps are removed for recycling. The bottles are then crushed, washed, and processed into recycled plastic. For the production of a new bottle, the recycled plastic is mixed with new plastic and made into a new bottle preform. The preform is heated in the bottling plant, inflated into a new bottle and labeled. It's sold back to the distributor, and the circle of the bottle is finally completed. So, who pays for all of this? Surprisingly, perhaps, there is no public money required at all. The system is set up and operated by retail and industry on a non-for-profit basis and financed through 3 channels: unredeemed deposits from containers that are not delivered back to the store, the revenues from the sales of the collected materials, and a small administration fee paid by the beverage producers finance the system. The aim of the system is to operate at the lowest possible cost for everyone involved. But how does the system administrator know the amount of unredeemed deposits? Doesn't he need to know what is being sold to understand what comes back? The answer is as simple as it is convenient. It's the bottle's barcode. It carries a lot of valuable information about the brand, bottle measurements and volume, material composition, or deposit value. After all, everybody wants their deposit back.